What is up? What is up? Let me turn this down. There we go. And what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Conspiracy Cantina. And I'm your host, Jedi Master DePaul. So thank you again. Welcome back. And we have a great episode today, a fun, exciting episode. I would say mysterious too, but it's cool. Got some great guests lined up, and I'm actually going to get into this now. So we'll talk about what the episode is going to be if you haven't already read the title. So we're going to bring them on right now. Hello, what's up, friends?
Hello.
So if you are a part of TikTok or Star Wars community, you may recognize some of these faces right here, if not both. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I'm actually super excited to have them on the podcast, and because of the topic we're talking about, and we'll talk more about that too. So go around and introduce yourself. Let the people know where they can find you and who you are.
I was going to say, are we going to do the thing when we talk at the same time? Yeah. I'm Sarah. I'm Ms. Marauder on Instagram and TikTok. I do whatever video I feel like doing. So I've been talking about the Mandalorian a little bit. We do a lot of cosplay stuff. So if you look in the background right there, you see our two little Mando helmets. We did an Encanto themed family Mandalorian. So I was a Bruno themed Encanto, and my daughter was Mirabelle. So our Instagram has the whole process of building and designing those. We're going to wear them to Star Wars night at Disneyland on May 4th.
You're going?
Fingers crossed they let us bring the helmets in. Yeah, hopefully they'll at least let her bring her helmet. So yeah, pictures in front of the castle in her Encanto Mandalorian. So I'm very excited.
Very dope, very dope. Awesome. Can't wait to see those. I gotta follow you on Instagram. I don't know if I am or not, but I gotta see that. Cool. Awesome. Thank you for that. You said where they can find you on TikTok?
Yeah. Instagram and TikTok. We got a lot of conventions coming up. We're going to Anime Las Vegas this weekend. We've got Anime Riverside coming up, Anime Expo, San Diego Comic-Con. So pretty much there's at least one a month every month.
Nice. Very nice.
We're pretty busy.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, cool. Well, welcome to the show. First timer. So
yes,
appreciate
you
for hopping on. Hey, anytime. Trust me, anytime. And so with that, our next guest, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello. I am Lord Dagavir. You've probably seen my face on some YouTube reaction video somewhere, making silly faces and yelling at the screen for the Mandalorian, because I usually do that for YouTube and reactions. But you can find me anywhere on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, any social with me. I'm usually making every conversation I'm in about Star Wars because I'm that person. So yes, that's usually who I am. I don't really care what movies you like or you don't like. I usually listen to everyone. I just I just want to talk Star Wars and have fun. That's really it. That's it.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. And once again, thank you. The second time, I think. Second or third. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, this is the second time.
Okay, cool. And thank you again for just being on we love you here. So thank you for being a guest. And yeah, so this is going to get very interesting and fun. I'm excited for this podcast, this episode, because of the title. So this is a whodunit, because if you are not familiar with it, the last episode of The Mandalorian was titled Spies. And we're trying to figure out who the hell is the spy amongst the group for everything. There are some obvious spies. Of course, you see the spy in the beginning, but then we have some people that some sus people, So we really want to know who the hell is a spy. So saw your TikToks, and they were amazing. Both had some compelling arguments, and I'm like, oh, this is good. They had
did you plan it specifically because we have completely opposite predictions?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really?
I really did. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
And if I could, I actually saw somebody else too. I'm not mutuals with them. I didn't have enough time to get them on. But he actually stitched yours, Lord Dagavir, saying why. I was trying to get him, but it was just it wasn't enough time. So because he had a whole different person. So
Yes.
I'm like, ooh, that would have been good.
Yeah. Funny enough, I actually think it's a different person than actually the video that I made. I was just kind of going with what everyone else was going, and as I was going with what everybody else was going, I started to convince myself that it was this person, and now I'm terrified. So, yeah, I'm not excited. I'm not excited for the finale. I feel like it doesn't matter what's going to happen. We're all going to get hurt. And I really feel like the potential of this episode is going to be the Red Wedding of Star Wars. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I don't want that to happen because I've never felt that before, you know? And yeah, I'm terrified. That's all I have to say.
If they do that, holy shit, that hurt, because I remember seeing that episode of Game of Thrones. That was like, that made me jump out of bed for that one. I was like, holy crap.
that I feel like, because I wasn't really a big fan of Game of Thrones until later. I guess I'm like a what are those people that the bandwagon fans? I guess that jump on it. Yeah, that was me probably. I'm shameless. So I definitely heard about it after the fact. And that's when I think I started getting into Game of Thrones and understanding what it was, because everyone was talking about that. So I just had to know what the hell it was about.
I watched it from day one.
Oh,
but I got that spoiled for me in a Tumblr post.
No.
Someone made fan art in a Tumblr post, and I was like, what did they draw? What did they draw?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Rough. It was a little rough.
Damn.
It was almost as bad as when I got Infinity War spoiled for me, as I was in line to buy a ticket for like the 9 o'clock showing as or like the 10 o'clock showing as the 7 o'clock showing was coming out. And they were like, here's all the people that die. And they started just like shouting the names of everyone who died in Infinity War.
I would have whooped their ass.
It was
and
then I just went home. I was like, I'm not even going to watch it now. I was so mad.
Damn, that's messed up. All right. Oh wow. Like I was saying, we're gonna do a whodunit and we're gonna get into this one. So that last episode was something. They're saying that the next episode is amazing. It's like unbelievable. So with that, let's get to this one. First of all, thank you for all the guests and the watchers, the viewers. Hera, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, Death Chimera's. Yes. I mean, they have all the motives to be spies, but there are two people that stands out. Absolutely. And we'll get into that one. I jokingly spoiled Infinity. Shut up. Boy, I tell you. So with that, the spies. So I have my thoughts. And I won't get into my thoughts, but who do you like? Whether it's you think it is that person or your TikTok or not, who do you think the spy is? Let's go with that one.
I think it's Axe Woves and Casca. It's them.
Yeah.
But my number one hill to die on is that the armor is innocent. I don't even care if there's not spies. I just want everyone that is saying it's the armor to personally apologize to me. Because I love her. I'm like really a ride or die for her.
Yes.
And I feel like the problem is if it's her, that's like betrays like Din Djarin's entire life.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Like I feel like the implications of that are too dire.
Yeah.
I feel like there are some suspicious things about her, but also she's a weird fundamentalist lady, and she always has been, and I love her. So I think it's Axe and Casca, if it's anyone at all. I think we're in a little bit of a Mephisto situation from WandaVision.
Right?
I'm like, good thing it didn't happen if episode 1 was called The Spies, this would have been just a hellscape like for the entire season. So I'm glad we've only had 1 week to theorize.
Yes.
Because I think it would have driven people mad.
Oh
but yeah, I think if someone set them up, it's Axe Woves and Casca.
Yeah. I believe that too. Despite my one of my more successful TikToks, I believe that too because I can't grasp the reality of the armorer doing this, even though that was what my video was about. Just because I don't know if you have seen the first episode of season 3 recently, but the way they make this whole entire weird scenario of the whole focus of this first episode of season 3, the opener, of like all around the armorer and her dipping in the liquid, and it always makes that nice visual effect, the same effect that Din had when he brought his liquid to from the mines, and just how she's doing the armor stuff. I don't know. I just feel like it would be religion breaking, man. Like I just don't like. That's why I'm terrified, because I feel like Axe Woves is whatever. Every time Axe Woves has some type of he's on screen, he always has a different opinion, especially like this last couple episodes with him fighting Paz, him fighting Bo, him calling out Din Djarin. Like this is a Mandalorian. He's the biggest Mandalorian hater, like I like he hates Mandalorian. So that's why I do think it's him. I hope it's him, because I really don't want to cry at night after I see this episode. That is the armor. Because I'm gonna throw something, and all my reactions are jolly. I don't know if this one's gonna be jolly. So yeah, but there is so much that is moving towards the armor in terms of value and betrayal and emotion, and I don't think anyone can hurt the fan base of a betrayal more than the armorer. And that's why the main motivation for making that TikTok and making all those points about, where is she getting the water? She's the person that vouched for the night owls. She's the person sending the night owls up into the fleet. It's just it's too terrifying, man. It's just too terrifying for me. I hope it doesn't happen. I really hope I'm wrong.
No, I'm right there with you. So I'm also on team Axe Woves because it just makes sense. And just with how they showed them and the things and the episodes, like the one with the Lizzo and Jack Black.
Yes.
Like, we have them. They're guns for hire. So it just this little episodes. I don't think it's for Star Wars, and how people say these are filler episodes. No, they're not filler episodes. Everything has a point. It's always pushing the plot. You don't know the plot. It's always pushing the plot.
Yeah.
So just little things like that. And Sleepy Savior, he actually had a good point too. He said he went back to the beginning and it's just like oh, it's this and this. And I don't think he said there's an armor, but I for me, I'm on team Axe Woves because just for the fact that he wants the power. He got defeated again by Bo-Katan. He's all about the coin. Could it be like with the whole 2 episodes ago when they found the remnants of the Beskar in Moff Gideon's ship? I think that they were hired to break him out, and he's like, you know what? Whatever, you got the Darksaber, and it is what it is, and you have money, so it can be what it is. But they just didn't have a way. So that's where I'm at on it right there. Is that it's Axe Woves. He's the big ass hat behind this one. So
I also feel like he gave up his fleet relatively easily.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they did fight. She did have a knife to his neck, but at the same time, he didn't seem super bummed about it. And I think it might be because he had something else lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like to, I like to go just by what's on the screen usually. But I went down such a rabbit hole that he was not in the battle at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
With Moff Gideon. And the actor has said, well, there's a reason. So it's like, first of all, don't say, the actor,
Damn.
Yeah, he said that. And it was kind of throwaway until now, because he was like, yeah, there's a reason why. And then the actress that plays Casca was saying she's not going to be in season 3.
Interesting.
Also, the Armorer was originally supposed to die in season 1. So people that are like threading the needle all the way back to season 1, well, what happened with all the people in season? I'm just here to defend the Armor. What happened with all the people, in season 1, like with the covert? And I was like, she was supposed to die at the end of season 1. It was a Jesse Pinkman situation where they were like, actually, we like her, let's keep her.
Yeah, or like Finn, I guess, from The Force Awakens.
So
sorry, not Finn. Sorry, Poe.
Yeah.
Oh, but then they're like, we can't kill Oscar. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Casca, they keep like panning to her, and she doesn't say anything. Like the one thing that she has said is that, yeah, we have honor. We honor whoever gives us money.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. I was like, oh, okay. I see
Yeah.
you about that coin. So yeah. So okay, all right. And the chat is actually saying, well, he said here. So this is the red redding analogy. Who's I don't know, bro.
The Roose Bolton. I think Axe Woves is Roose Bolton.
Like,
Yeah, he's the one. He betrayed him. He acted like it was all cool.
Yeah, true. Yeah, actually, yeah, he was sitting there playing, I guess, Mandalorian chess with the, I was like, oh yeah, we're here breaking bread, and it is what it is. So yeah, we are collectively, I guess, Axe Wolves. I mean, I love to point I always love to point out how Axe Wolves wasn't in the Mando 2 season finale. Like, why? Like you said, okay. Why was he with the Night Owls? Okay.
Yeah, those Night Owls are the most sus. Because that's originally what I had said about on my TikTok was it was the Armor and the Night Owls that were working together, because I do not understand for a minute how you could be there migrating across the service and not see one damn Imperial vehicle, you know?
Yeah.
And
the Night Owls, the pirate ones.
Yes,
the Mandalore.
the pirates. Yeah. So because they're definitely in on it, and I think that's why we were having such a weird thing with the Armor going back to the fleet and bringing the wounded, when she's going to be, because I think that's gonna have some type of whatever in this next episode. And I guess Moff Gideon was always on Mandalore the entire time when he was doing that at the beginning of the episode. Which is also weird, because if you look where he's taking the hologram, I think that's the inside of that Imperial base. So yeah, I just watched that. I've been watching it. I've been watching the episode every freaking day, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so all right, well, but I feel like as an audience, you don't know that yet until you see the final battle, because that's the only time you really get to see that Imperial base in the way it is inside Mandalore. And I don't know. I just someone was saying, I think about. It was Axe Woves, because when he goes to exit the tunnel in that little area where they're giving him cover fire, no one's shooting at him. But I just watched it again today, and there's people shooting at him when he's exiting. They don't hit him like his Beskar armor. So I just don't understand what really his motivation is, because I don't really think he cares about leading Mandalore as much as it would seem.
No, I think Gideon wants to lead Mandalore, and
yes,
I think that's just in it for the money.
I swear to God, he's got a Mandalorian pillow. I swear to God, dude, he's like.
It's kind of like the Matrix, like the guy who betrayed all of them to it's like I don't care. Yeah. I really don't care. I know that I shouldn't be doing this shit, but we're gonna lose anyway. So might as well, if you can't beat them, join them.
I love when I talk about Moff Gideon. I'm like, yeah, he's such a Mandalorian fanboy. It's so pathetic. And then I have the Darksaber and Mando helmets. I have a Mando tattoo, and I'm like, yeah, he's pathetic.
Yeah, no, he's definitely more of a culture enthusiast, and I think that's what's so intriguing about his character, because especially in that last little monologue that he had before he decided to take Din Djarin for whatever reason, he's talking about like every culture, has every society needs to give something. The cloners, the Jedi, even the Mandalorians. And I was like, damn, bro, this guy wants to be. He's a lore. Like he's a nerd like us, man. We're just talking about all this lore and everything. He loves everybody. He's a huge Star Wars fan. Same thing as the Armor, man. The Armor sitting there talking about legends and everything else, and the Mythosaur. I'm just like, bro, that's us.
Right?
What are we talking about? He's cosplaying. She's cosplaying. She's sitting there making every conversation about the lore. Bro, this is all of us right here.
I would say he's a little bit more comfortable eugenics than I am, because he's like, I'm gonna literally take out the DNA of these things.
Yes.
So I'm not on board with that. But the cosplaying, I understand.
I like to see his. I'm like, I can't be thinking like, should I or should I not?
I know. I was like, that's the constant through line this season has been like, oh yes, the sound of 1 million 3D printers firing.
Right.
The cry of 1,000 3D printers.
So Moff is actually Moff Gideon. He gives me almost Thrawn vibes. Like he's a Thrawn wannabe. Like he wants to, because he's like, oh, you keep on talking about he's coming back, but he ain't here. So what's up? So he wants to take over.
He's gonna regret that. I think he's gonna regret saying that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The same look he had with Luke Skywalker, he'll get the same thing with Thrawn. Like, what are you doing here? So, but yeah, so yeah, it's getting wild. But let's see what the chat says real fast. I mean, the pirates are obvious choice. Yeah. Like while watching the episode, I was just waiting for them to shoot the absolutely, yeah. I was like, y'all sketchy as hell. Y'all be cannibals or what?
Did any of the pirates die in the when they?
I saw. Oh yes, a few of them, but the main ones were still there, and they were one of the first. So they were some of the first people that exited right after Bo-Katan. So they are the main are still there, and I think that's why, because they're going to play into the finale. But I did want to say something. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Something about, I don't know if it was the pirates. I lost it. Someone else got to go. I'll figure out what it was after.
It's all good. Is it possible Axe Woves was an Imperial super commando? Oh, that's a good theory. But because we know of Rebels that there are some Mandalorians that sided with the Empire, and even after they fell, some was still. That's a good theory.
Yeah,
that's a real good theory.
Yeah, I was also thinking about why Bo-Katan, like this person remembered Bo-Katan's voice, but Bo-Katan has no idea who this person was, and absolutely no recognition from this person that was the leader of the Night Owls and the pirates, which I thought was a little sus, which is what also made me believe that they were just random people in Mandalorian armor. Because that's the one thing earlier in the season that we saw was when, they do mention about, enclaves going down there and, they're getting decimated. But I'm assuming was what the thing that caught Din Djarin, because you see the Mandalorian helmets and armor pieces that are inside that area that are just like laying there. So I guess that thing was also taking Mandalorians as well before Din got there. But I do feel like maybe some of these people are not Night Owls. Maybe they knew who this person was because Moff Gideon or because Axe Woves or someone else. So I thought that was really whack, because I feel like Bo-Katan knows everybody, and she had been around and everyone knew that she was the leader. I don't know. I feel like
she's part of the royal family, so I feel like she'd be kind of like a celebrity. My thing in that moment is when they were like, "Is that Bo-Katan?" and she was like, "Yep." I was like, "Don't."
I'm like, who wants to know?
Don't announce,
princess.
Don't announce your presence to everybody like that. I'm suspicious of them. I feel like they could be, but my whole big thing has been, I feel like the whole point of the season has been, they keep repeating the whole thing about Mandalorians can't be defeated. It's only infighting. Yes. So for me, it's going to be, I'm almost hoping that it's no one. I'm almost hoping we were just talking about the Shadow Council, because for the whole season to be about bringing the Mandalorians together and maybe they can finally not stab each other in the back, just to be like, the Mandalorians stab each other in the back again, it would kind of make me sad.
Yeah,
it would be cool if we could get along.
No,
and this is the only episode that I feel like has never been the most obvious double meaning for the title. Like every episode in the Mandalorian, I feel like it has been so obvious about what the other person is, But the spies, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Kane, it's Kane." I was like, "Yes, obviously it is Kane. She's been a spy this entire season. We've known, but there is always a double meaning. We do not know who the other spy is."
So that's what led me to say both Casca and Axe, because everything else has been, this is my English teacher brain, all of them have been singular, like the foundling, right? The apostate, the convert. But it's the spies. So it's two spies, plural. So two groups of spies.
Yes.
The Shadow Council is one group of spies. Casca and Axe are the other group of spies.
Yes.
That's where I was like, I think it's both of them working together. Because if it was just two people, if it was like Kane and the armor, it would be the spy.
Yes.
Right? It could be one person or also another person.
Yes.
But I think it's two groups. So I think it's Shadow Council and then Axe and Casca.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that there's obvious hints, and I do not, I would never insult Jon Favreau in my life. But I think it's the same thing with WandaVision, where I think we're digging, like, it's that thing where, like, we're digging, like, there's gold down here and there's, like, gold right here. And we're like, I know it's down here. Where it's like, Casca said, we're loyal to whoever gives us money.
Yes.
Right? Blatantly said that.
Yes.
They're getting information, from someone. They would have the information way sooner if the armor had aligned to him. Right?
True.
The armor also doesn't have a ship. So how everyone's like, how is she getting around? The armor wouldn't let Paz Vizsla die. She might sacrifice people but she's not. Her and Paz, it was just her and Paz for a long time.
Yes.
And then people are like, my favorite, I don't want to make fun of people because it's fun. But at the same time, my new thing is that everyone's doing the colors in the opening thing where they have the red or the blue on the different characters. in Obi-Wan,
what?
The armor is red in the opening so you know how they do the little thing where it's like the Lucasfilm logo and then they have the silhouettes of the different characters,
like the at the very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Oh,
people are saying,
oh wow, we're getting that.
If the armor is red, that means that they're bad. And then someone was like, but Din's is red, so maybe he's actually bad. And I was like, okay, but C-3PO's was red at one point, and also B2 Emo from Andor is red. So like, I really think it's just random colors. I don't think it's.
I don't know. I don't think Star Wars has ever been like that. And even right now in this moment, I have never seen so many theories pop out of this franchise since The Force Awakens and who Snoke was and everything else and whatever. And I love it because I think that's why the franchise is still so alive to this day, no matter what these other people say, and I think that's what, I don't know. I mean, I think that's good TV when it gets you talking and making all these silly, I mean, I wouldn't go that deep about, the red lights at an intro. That's not even a part of the actual episode, but that's the thing is for the armor for me is like, everything is there except for why. Why did she do this? The motivation. Why? Because you go back. I mean, you say that we're not going to look at like season 1, but like, bro, she absolutely was there seeing her entire enclave get deleted, and then she's sitting there in Book of Boba Fett with Paz Vizsla, and it's just the two of them. And I'm just like, there's no way this woman is going to do this, where she's literally like the only Mandalorian that is trying to rebuild this, and I say that, and of course I'm exposing her for being a traitor and a spy. So, I just don't understand why. That's it. Unless they have some crazy thing like, and the theories are all correct that she is Rook cast. I don't even think that could be possible. That wouldn't make sense to me either because it's not Darth Maul. It's Moff Gideon. It's the Empire.
And here's my thing. Here's my petty thing that I said the other day. You mean to tell me that we're gonna drop Rook cast in to a show where they won't even say Satine Kryze's name?
Satine.
We're gonna pull Rook cast.
Yes.
But we're not gonna say my sister Satine was the dud. Like, come on now.
Yeah, and to defend that though, I mean, this is a show that has Cobb Vanth and that has made Cobb Vanth who he is, and he was only introduced into a page or two in the aftermath. So I understand it, but I think that there are so many other characters that they would introduce and connect, the armor to that would not be Rook cast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and like the horns on the helmet is always funny because they're like, she's got horns on her helmet, and I was like, why haven't we been saying this from day one? And she's got horns on the helmet, but also that's kind of a weird thing of like, if I was trying to cover up the fact that I'm sympathetic to the Empire, I maybe wouldn't put horns on my helmet,
right?
Like,
it's kind of give like, no. I'm trying to be incognito, not just out there with it.
So they're little horns.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So
and I feel like the topic of Star Wars, because Star Wars is a little like woo and like spiritual, the topic always comes up to me of like, who is like a true believer? And that's the thing with the armor for me, is when it comes to the way and the old way or whatever we want to call it, like she is a true believer in that. So what possible thing could she gain by selling other Mandalorians out to the Empire, right? So part of it is like she did switch up kind of quick on Bo-Katan, but also Bo-Katan came in and showed that she was willing to keep her helmet on, you know? So even though she thinks Bo-Katan was, you know, the cause of the fall of Mandalore, if Bo-Katan's willing to come in and leave her helmet on, that's like, you know, that's like if the Pope, if the head of like the Church of Satan came to the Pope and was like, I've, you know, like what good PR is that for the Pope, you know?
Right. I just converted this bad boy.
That was a weird metaphor, but
I think
I got it.
I think that is the best reinforcement, though, that why the armor is not it, because they saw Din Djarin as an apostate. They saw Bo-Katan worse than whatever Din Djarin was when he took off his helmet, and to bring her back in, and then also anoint her as the one that is going to bring everyone back together, and let her take her helmet off after that. There's no way. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I felt like the armor was acting a little sus throughout this little season and everything else. But I think it's because maybe she was believing Bo-Katan about the Mythosaur. Maybe she was realizing this is it. You know, that's why she was opening up and telling her about, you know, the Forge and the Great Forge on Mandalore and everything's purpose. And yeah, this is a new age and you're the one, baby. Bo-Katan, let's go. So yeah, you know.
Emily Swallow, who plays the armor, someone's like, what do you think people should take away from this season? And either she's a genius and this is an incredible misdirect.
Damn.
Because she said something along the lines of like, you know, that people like shouldn't be so quick to judge and like have an open mind and listen to others like way, you know, to know that, you know, you're not 100% right all the time. And I was like, imagine she said that and then she was like, psych.
Yeah.
Still sucks. I still heard to the Empire.
Get that crazy trash out of here.
Yeah, the actual point of the season is don't trust anyone. Like, I feel like if we're gonna get something heartbreaking, it's gonna be with Din. I feel like his helmet's coming off by force this season. I can see that, because it came off in season 1 because he was injured, right?
Yeah.
And then it came off in season 2 for love, and I think it's gonna come off in season 3 in a painful way.
Yeah,
Damn. I don't want to think about that.
I don't want to, but it's gonna.
Damn, that's some foreshadow right there. Girl. All right. Why the hell is Gideon so greedy for Mandalorians? Because they are forced to be reckoned with.
So cool. Not against giant creatures, but against people.
Yeah. Great. Right? It's like, man. What else we got? Please let it be Bo of Greef. Who the hell is that?
Maybe
I think Bo or Greef.
Oh, Bo. Okay, there you go. Bo. Yeah. See, that's why y'all here.
I read a lot of essays typed very quickly.
All right, Bo. Yeah, it makes sense now. Bo or Greef. Greef, I don't see it being him.
Not after the High Magistrate stuff.
No. Yeah, after that. So. And after he like pointed out the whole thing, like he's like, nah, I don't see it being him now. So, or if his armor that is working with Thrawn and not Moff, Thrawn knows a unified Mandalorian is a powerful force. Yeah, true. Thrawn is he's pinpoint. He's a strategist. Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so that's possible.
I can't explain why, but I feel like if the armor was in cahoots with Thrawn, I would be less mad than Gideon. I don't know why. I just think that maybe Thrawn is cooler. So if she's like higher up and it's a bigger picture and it's like, let's unite Mandalore under, maybe.
Go on to Ball. Go on.
I was saying, I think to what you were saying, Sarah, is that because Gideon doesn't have enough backstory for us to see that his mentality is superior or strategic. So but Thrawn is like, I can see Thrawn doing something like that.
I actually thought that Thrawn was going to be appearing in this episode in the finale, and I don't know if he was going to appear and maybe annoy the hell out of Gideon and even potentially save the Mandalorian fleet because of the potential of a free Mandalore. Because I don't know how you can go into Ahsoka without demonstrating our next big bad, you know, and I think that Moff Gideon has been an incredible villain because he is that dude. But I also feel like there are so many live action only fan bases of fans that have no idea who this blue guy is going to be when he shows up. And I think that there might be a demonstration of power. I don't know what kind, and I don't know if that's going to be our Book of Boba Fett scene at the end of this finale season. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting to see that, and I don't know if it's going to happen. But I feel like I don't know. I think that makes more sense than Boba Fett showing up and freeing Din.
I think we're gonna at least get a hologram at the very least. I think we'll get Subthron. But I always like to reference my cousin who at the end of season 2 called me and was like, "Wait a minute, I thought Baby Yoda was Baby Yoda. I thought this was I thought it was like a prequel," and he didn't realize until he saw Luke Skywalker that it was not Baby Yoda. It was
a lot of people. My mom was the same way. I was like,
he loved him to death. Very smart guy. He literally graduated at the top of his class from UCLA. But I don't think he's. Yeah, you got to show him who Thrawn is if you want him to be interested.
Yes,
in Thrawn. Yeah.
yes.
And I'm not worried that Dave and John will have an issue or a problem doing that. Because even like after listening to Dave's his interview about that, he's like, if anything before the Ahsoka show or before the movie, just watch season 4 of Rebels. If you really want to be caught on anything, watch season 4 of Rebels and you're fine. I'm like, okay, cool. But so I don't really. He said, but you don't need to. I mean, you'll have like some aha moments and get some more Easter eggs, but you won't need to. I was like, okay, cool, that makes sense. So I don't think that they will make it so that they have to know who Thrawn is. It's going to either be in this series or because I think we're getting a Book of Boba Fett chapter 2 still.
Are we?
I think we are. Because I think we are.
I would be very upset if we did not get any second season of Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Because I mean, but I'm also one of those people that just loves more Star Wars. I don't care if it's literally like watching Banthas and Tatooine just eat dirt all day. I don't care. I will subscribe to that.
Just put it on as like ambient noise.
Yeah. I love. That's what I fall asleep to. I fall asleep to Star Wars. It's too much information anyway. So I
fell asleep listening to a podcast about the Black Death last night. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Sarah.
But then I had a dream about the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
but I don't remember what it is now.
Okay.
Maybe it was a premonition of the finale.
See, there you go.
My question is do we think that Moff Gideon knows that Grogu was there in that squad?
No, I don't think so.
Because I think that Moff Gideon took Din Djarin alive because he wants to know where Grogu is, because that's what he's trying to look for.
Oh shit!
And I think he has no idea that there was a droid running around with a little Grogu inside of it.
I think it's twofold.
Oh, okay.
And I think he wants to know where Grogu is, but he wants to know where Luke Skywalker is too, because Luke Skywalker is the only one that can defeat. Now that he knows that Luke is alive and he's a Jedi's alive, the active Jedi Master, he's like, oh shit, that's going to be my issue. So that's where I'm thinking. Like, so yeah, Grogu for the Jedi DNA and to splice stuff to get that, but then to know where Luke Skywalker is too, because he didn't know where he's at. Yeah,
that makes sense. I have no idea why he would think that he can even contend with that. I just feel like he's gonna get cut down again.
Part of the problem way back in the beginning with Pershing is that he said that he was so small. Like, so he doesn't have that much blood. So maybe if you get Luke Skywalker, he's got more blood. But talking about the blood again reminds me of how in the mines of Mandalore, the thing that got him was taking his blood. So is that a Gideon thing? Does he have these little crazy robot things out there? Like, if you find any Mandalorians, just suck their blood out. Was that one of his
dudes?
It was
more so survival. That thing looked like it had been living there for eons.
Right?
I don't know. I just didn't know why he was taking his blood. I was like drinking it.
Yeah. But when I first saw it, I was like, well, I've never seen anything like this in live action Star Wars ever. This is something that we get from Expanded Universe, So, but I loved it. I thought it was so heckin' cool. But I I don't know. I mean, I guess what we're going to figure out today, because, we had the Praetorian Guard show up, which was awesome. So damn cool. And then we also have the little Snoke, vets that are behind Moff Gideon when he's walking by for those little things. So I don't even know if we saw that, or maybe those were the Praetorian Guards. I don't know. I just feel like that specifically was very, intriguing to show, and we didn't even get to see what was inside of it. Are those precursors of Snoke? What's going on here? Is that Sabayoth? Like, what are we doing? I want to know what's going on here, fam.
That's a good question. I mean, it got us thinking, because we saw that right there, and we saw it in what the last, not the last side, but the Rise of Skywalker, and we saw so yeah. I mean, that's like, what it really got us thinking about. Who is that? Is that Snoke? Is it this? Because it's supposed to tie everything into it, into the sequel. So I'm like, okay, cool, but I'm thinking that might be just like he's cloning the skills. He's trying to do the whole thing. He's trying to create a Boba Fett. He's trying to create an army of Mandalorians that are just loyal and soldiers. So he sees the benefit in that, and if he can get the how to make them force sensitive too, done deal. So that's my thoughts on that one. But no, I mean,
he would clone himself and make himself force sensitive. I don't know. I feel like that would be so anti-Star Wars.
I don't think he would do that,
because, I think the cloning is an integral part of Star Wars, but I think creating midi-chlorians and creating a force sensitive, I don't think is. I don't think it's
possible.
I don't think that could.
I hope it's not possible.
Yeah, no, I understand making a clone like Luke and Sabayoth and all these other characters, like Galen Merrick, back in the days of the EU. But I don't.
I like the idea that force sensitiveness is like a random thing that happens.
Yes.
I don't like.
Yes, it's like a.
I don't like the implications.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's like It's like you can't force the force.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I think that would be just a little too much, which is why I feel like this would have to be like a Snoke-esque person that is in those vats, someone that was already force sensitive, and they're doing whatever to augment them.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's go through the chat real fast. So
don't bring up that comment in the chat. Someone said something that deeply upset me in the chat.
I'm trying to catch up. So 1 second. So I believe the armor is with Thrawn as well. Okay, I can see that one now. I believe it's. We got. Yeah, we did get him. We did. That was a nice little Easter egg.
Love a Hux.
Awesome to see. Yes.
Have me freaking out. Yes, cool. Maybe she's a Death Mar. No, I doubt that. No. I don't think that the armor would sacrifice Paz and Danny.
My thing is with Paz. I don't think she would have sacrificed Paz.
That was her ride or die.
There's no way. And if she's not a traitor, then when she comes back, I was talking to my good, delightful friend BK about this, and she's the one that encouraged me to make a video, because I was like, you know what, I'm putting it on the internet so that people know where I stand. I am a pro armorer, because when she finds out that Paz is dead, those hammers are gonna be swinging. I think she's gonna do some that would be a much better moment for me if she finds out about Paz and just loses it and starts mowing down people, as opposed to finding out she's a traitor.
Damn, I don't want to lose the armor though. Damn, man.
Me neither.
Right? What comment are you talking about?
Oh, the one that said, "Do you think he's gonna die? Do you think Din's gonna die?" Someone said, "Do you think Din's gonna die this season and Bo-Katan be the new Mandalorian?"
Not after the movie was announced. I think if they were going to kill him off, they'd kill him off in the movie. I don't think that's. I mean, come on, man. That's we're talking about the most popular character of one of the most popular characters of the Disney era right now.
And I do think, and there's no whisper of I know Pedro Pascal is very hot right now. He's been very hot forever in my heart.
Yes.
This is your first. Okay, this is my first time on your podcast, so you get to experience the full experience of me, which is that I am very thirsty. I'm a very thirsty lady, and I'm not ashamed to say it. So you just had the chat box up where it said someone was saying that they thought that they were going to take Din's helmet off, like when Moff Gideon had him tied up, he was going to rip his helmet off.
Okay.
But I was like, you know why they didn't? They thought about that, and they were like, no, Sarah will never recover from Din Djarin kneeling down, hands bound, and then his helmet off, I would passed away. Like, there's like, what, how could I ever like date again? Like, who could possibly, like, that screenshot would just be in my head forever. So they were like, we can't do that to her. It will ruin her life. Let's leave the helmet on for now.
I love that.
That's my rant about it.
All right. She didn't even sacrifice, but he's been the longest. My thoughts: Gideon was going to rip. Okay. How will Dan react to possible having all his armor taken off? You know what? It's gonna. I think the armor is probably going to redeem him. Say, hey, you didn't do it willingly. It was forced upon you. You was defeated. Yeah. It's going to be some stuff. But hey, they'll still have the Waters of Mandalore. Hopefully they'll have the Waters of Mandalore.
I think with his, that presents a really good like narrative structure, because we saw him injured, be kind of convinced to take it off. And then, he took it off in the real gentle way with Grogu last season. To have it being forced off and to have like an anger response from him. Like, we've never seen his face like that. Right? We've seen him wounded. We've seen him scared. We've seen him, lovingly, but we've never seen the Mandalorian's face pissed off. And I think that will be very satisfying if we get to see that.
And I think we also have never really seen Din. I feel like in the first season specifically, we always heard about how Din was this in his past. Din was like this and like that, and how he treated people and what he did. And so I wonder if he does get his helmet taken off, I wonder what type of person or character that would bring out of him, especially after going through so much to go back to Mandalore and, and absolve him of his sins and everything. That seems, I don't know. I'm also just really worried for Bo-Katan. I do think they've built her up so much. I think that is the person that might die in this finale.
I'm gonna say this. So not this year, but last year at Celebration, I actually got a photo with Kate. Kate. I was shaking. I'm not starstruck, but I'm like, and I was like, God damn, she's hot. I was like, oh, like if she touched me, she like put her. I'm like. I just froze. I was like, "Holy crap!" So I know how y'all feel about Pedro, and so I get it. Okay, I understand.
We were discussing how expensive the photo ops are at Star Wars Celebration, and I was like, "Yeah, Ewan McGregor's like $300." Someone's like, "Dang, I like Ewan McGregor, but I wouldn't pay $300." And I was like, "I would drop. I think I would max out at like $1,500 for a photo op with Pedro Pascal."
Shut up.
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one
because he doesn't do conventions. He doesn't do conventions, not since the Game of Thrones days.
Really?
He's like a. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But if it did, that's why I got the tickets for that Star Wars night on May 4th, and I was like, if Pedro Pascal's going to be there any day, he'll be there May 4th.
See, we'll talk about that because I was looking for that, and they sold out so damn fast. I was like, God damn it! So
there was a glitch in the system that I just bypassed the line.
Oh,
it was a total fluke. I don't know how it happened, but I'm not complaining. But all my friends are going on a different day, but I was like, I'm sorry. I saw the May 4th available and I just bought it. I'm sorry to everyone that wanted to see me. I was like, I'm sorry.
I was trying to get it. All right, Thrawn is most likely going to show up for the finale. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. It launches tonight, and we'll see it tomorrow for those who are not going to be staying for the watch party and stuff like that. Do you believe Gideon is going to die this season and Bo-Katan? No, we already talked about one, but no. That's going to cause an uproar. It's going to be a lot of fucking angry people if that happens. I wonder why Moff wanted Gideon alive. I guess we touched on all these. So y'all been reading this before I put them on screen. I don't even want to die. That'd be kind of cool. Seeing Grogu actually tame the mythosaur and come out there and just like rip shit up.
Yeah. I don't think there's enough time in that episode for that at all.
Yeah,
I think there's two things that have been like the Chekhov's gun thing. Chekhov's mythosaur. We saw the mythosaur, so it has to come back into play.
Mm-hmm.
But Unfortunately, the other one is the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
What was the point of the entire episode with Pershing just for him to get flayed if we don't know they have that technology? That's the theory that I am most like, dang, that could happen. And if it does, I'm going to be a puddle of tears, is if he tortures him to try to find out where Luke is or for where Grogu is. And he like somehow gets his memory wiped or scrambled, and
that'd be
Grogu
hilarious.
has to like force heal him, and he like doesn't know who Grogu is.
Yeah, and I was more so saying like it's hilarious because of the Force Awakens. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for Luke Skywalker, and I guess at the end of the season we're looking for Luke Skywalker. Where's the location for Luke Skywalker?
I mean, he might just be looking for Grogu. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like everyone's like, oh, he's got spies. Yes, but no, he doesn't really have spies, guys. He didn't even know about the Mandalorians, coming together and going to Mandalore, so there's no way in hell he knows that Grogu was there. He didn't even know Bo-Katan was there. And he was like, whoa, Bo-Katan? Oh, we got to stop meeting like this. Like he did not know what was actually going on. So I'm very curious to see. I still am terrified that Bo is going to die because I feel like they've built her up so much this season. And I feel like there's so many fans that want him to lead Mandalore. And I guess this is the kind of like indirectly pushing him to do that because Bo-Katan has done so much, and I feel like her character has developed so much in live action because of someone like Din, because of his loyalty to the Creed, and that's one of the reasons why she was even able, in my opinion, to be welcomed back with open hands, with open arms because of Din, like just annoying her the entire time, and her having to rescue him, and then going to the mines of Mandalore to show him, and then of course her seeing the mythosaur, and then her just second guessing everything that she had done in her life. So I feel like at this point right now where she is, because in my opinion, she's the true ruler of Mandalore. Mm-hmm. But then what happens if chaos happens and she's no longer a part of the story? I feel like it's Din, but yeah.
I will be very angry.
I'm telling you, man, if there's any consistency for Jon Favreau, it's building characters up and taking them away from you.
I mean, that's like the Star Wars thing is like a redemption arc immediately, like a 30-second redemption arc, and then but I feel like looking at the trajectory of the Mandalorian, they don't really kill off major characters. Like there's these very poignant moments of sacrifice, like with IG-11. That was like genuinely sad when it happened, right? And then they put his corpse in the town square. But that he wasn't a main character, but it was still sad. Queel was not a main character, but it was still really sad. Paz is not a main character, but it was still sad for people who like Paz. Which I'm not really one. But this idea that they have people sacrifice themselves, they have tragic things happen, but like killing off a main character is not really a thing that the show does. Not to say they won't do it, because maybe it'll be a twist and we're going to kill Bo-Katan, but maybe this is wishful thinking. I would be shocked if they killed Bo-Katan. I think the show is too wholesome for that.
I would be too. I'm not gonna lie. I would be shocked if they killed her off. I'm not throwing it completely out, but I will be shocked because we haven't seen her or heard about her in any. How old would they be in the new movies? So I mean,
well, she's like how old?
Yeah,
she's like in her she's in like her early 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, that's hard to say, but yeah, I don't think that. I don't think they will kill her off right now. I think that it's going to maybe if they did, it'll be in a whole other season. But yeah, it's just
Yeah, I think that Din is going to get taken away from Grogu because I think that that's going to happen in some way. It's either he's mind wiped a little bit and he has to my money's on the mind wipe. I think he's going to take his helmet off. I think that's how we get his helmet off. He's going to mind wipe him. I think Grogu's going to lose his shit. I want to see Grogu mess stuff up. I think they're going to get the mythosaur. and it's going to be very sad.
Yeah, Grogu. Yeah, I Grogu unhinged. I can just imagine that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, remember when he choked? Remember when he choked? He choked out Cara Dune just for arm wrestling. This little fool is gonna lose it when they have his dad. I don't like seeing him sad. I want to see him angry.
No,
I want him to get angry.
Gosh, if they kill Bo-Katan, I'm going to take a break. The fandom, yeah, it really is. It's like it's gonna be, man. It's gonna probably wake me by my sleep. Like, what's going on? Like, oh, my phone's going off.
That's what I saw someone say. They were talking about the speech that Din gives to Bo-Katan about and someone's like, look, it's a great speech, but I've watched enough anime to know that man's dying. I was like, don't say that. I was like, you're right, but don't say that.
See, I that's why I feel like it's vice versa. I don't think Din. I think something bad's gonna happen to Din, but I don't think he's gonna die. I mean, I guess you could lose the armor this season because, yes, I guess that would go into the whole, all right, we're taking these characters away. But this is the third season of this show. And I feel like something needs to happen in terms of this. You know, every single season, you have people coming in to save the day at the last minute, you know, and I feel like that's very Mandalorian. You know, it's Luke Skywalker, it's this, it's, you know, Boba, it's Din, you know, it's Grogu, you know, and I feel like, what if no one came to save them? What's going to happen here? You know, and I don't know what's going to happen in this next episode. I haven't seen it yet, but 39 minutes, 40 minutes, however long the episode is going to be.
It's 38 minutes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
not including credits.
Episode. Ain't no Mythosaur showing up today, man. There's no way.
They gotta do it. They gotta do it. You can't show the Mythosaur and then not. If the Mythosaur only existed for her to tell the armor she saw the Mythosaur, I'll be mad. You can't show us a little bit and not show us the full thing.
I don't think you're going to see that thing for a while. Maybe to the movie
next season.
I want the giant elephant puppy.
I'm right there with you on that one, but yeah.
I want a plushie of it immediately. I need to know what shape it is so I can have a plushie of it.
We only saw we didn't see it. We didn't see much of it. I feel like we only saw the horns and
the eye and the horn. Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. So with that, man, a lot of theories going on. I'm glad we're all on the team Axe Woves theory. That's I don't know if that's the obvious choice, but I know a lot of people are saying the whole armor thing. But
people are saying the armor, but I feel like it's that. You know when a celebrity gets like canceled and everyone's always like, I always knew there was something about him, and I'm like, no, you didn't. That's how I feel like people are with the armor. People are I was always suspicious of the armor, and I was like, no,
she's acting so sus this season. What's going on with her? Yeah.
I'm like, is she acting sus, or do you just like Bo-Katan more? I think that's the thing. You just are on Team Bo-Katan, and she doesn't like.
See, that was I never really cared for Bo-Katan at all, and then this season came up, and I was like, damn, I got her Funko Pop, man, and I'm waiting to get her helmet now. Like, I was just like, this would be exactly the time where I get so hyped about a character and they take her away.
Yeah.
So
I love Bo. I don't think Bo has ever done anything wrong in her life. I also ship her with the armor now. Like, it took like one good drawing to be like, all right. Okay.
See, I didn't care for Bo at all in the Clone Wars. I was like, fuck her. But
I think that sorry, I totally interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
I think that if the armorer if she sacrifices herself for Bo-Katan, that's what I want to see. I think that would be a full circle for the armorer. Because I don't know. I don't know if she will. But it's been so bow heavy. It's been so armor heavy. I feel like, it would be like an ultimate kind of like, we are better together, even though we have different, views. I still believe, I believe that you're the one to unite Mandalore so much that I'm going to sacrifice myself. But then at the same time, we just had Paz do that. So I don't know if we were going to have two sacrifice
slaves. So the zealot sacrifice for the apostates.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sacrifice. Well, okay, cool. So that was some good theories, some good breakdowns. I can't wait to see the episode tomorrow. For me, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I don't know if you guys are staying up or being part of some watch parties. Oh, 3 a.m. You see, at 3 a.m.
Ooh, see, I don't think I could do it if it was 3 a.m.
That's how we
It's
do it. That's how we do it. 3 a.m.
That's
Weekend that
terrifying.
upload. Let's go.
So yeah, with that, we're gonna wrap this up. So chat, thanks for. We're gonna go around, do the round robin first, and we'll start with Lord Daganvir. Let the people know where they can find you, where, and your closing thoughts.
Yes, absolutely. You can find me anywhere, Lord Dagavir. I won't shut up. You'll probably see my face somewhere about laughing or crying or something in Star Wars. Closing thoughts is I still think Bo-Katan's going to die. I think that's going to happen. I don't think. I mean, I guess Mind Flare, whatever it did, getting his helmet taken off. But I just feel like that wouldn't be as insane and sad as something like that happening with Bo-Katan. But yeah, I'm excited. No, I'm terrified. I'm both, honestly, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I did all my work yesterday to make sure that I'm ready to stay in bed all day depressed for whatever happens in this finale, baby. Let's go.
Love you, bro. Sarah, let the people know where they can
Yeah,
find you.
I'm gonna call off work tomorrow for post Mandalorian depression. You can find me at Ms_Marauder, Instagram and TikTok. We got cosplay stuff going on right now. If you're a My Hero Academia fan, my daughter I'm making her a Tiny Hawks cosplay.
No, you're not.
I sure am. I'll show you my giant red wings. I have glued so far about 250 foam feathers onto little mechanical wings. So we're making it totally from scratch. So I always document that on Instagram. The last big build was our Encanto Mandalorian, so you can see that whole process. Yeah, we got Anime Las Vegas coming up. Anime Riverside is where we're going to debut Hawks, hopefully.
Nice.
So yeah, I have an adorable child and we cosplay together. And she also loves Star Wars. So
freaking love it.
She hasn't watched this season yet, but
Okay.
she wants to. So we'll have to see.
There you go.
Yeah, last predictions. The armor did nothing wrong. I would like everyone to formally apologize to her. I want apology videos from everyone. I want an apology video from everyone. I think he's gonna get mind flayed, and then it's gonna be like he reunites with Grogu, and he's like, "Who are you?" And it's gonna be like, "No." And I don't think any of the main characters are gonna die, but I don't know. That's what my heart says. My heart says Din gets mind flayed, doesn't recognize Grogu.
That's gonna be painful. And just if that happens, Grogu's gonna do that whole Kylo Ren force. I'm gonna heal your mind or something like that. Come here, boy. Let's save you.
He did learn that from Luke. He did learn that from Luke.
Right. All right. So yeah. Well, thank you guys. You guys know me. You guys find me on Conspiracy Cantina and TikTok. Jedi Master DePaul. Trying to do Twitter. I don't like Twitter. Twitter sucks. Twitter's it's too weird. But anyway, so we had some great topics. We had some great talks about this. Chat, thank you so much. You guys had some great stuff. How crazy it would be if Moff Gideon rise of Mist. That will never happen.
I'll be so mad.
That will never happen. That would be crazy, Devil's Advocate. That would be super crazy.
Living up to the name.
Man. So with that, we're gonna wrap this up. So thanks for those who are tuned in, who watched, who participated in the chat. Thanks for your comments. Yes, guys, Sarah, Lord Dagavir, thank you so much for being a guest on here. I appreciate you guys. Love your thoughts, love your input and everything. And yeah, so guys, until the next one, take care, be safe. May the Force be with you. And if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like and share this. And you know how we do it. But till then, you up and up for life. Take care.